was the official non-paid TA. Teaching, there's no better way to learn. Well, you only learn by doing, but once you've done enough, then you can teach it a bit. And if you can teach something, then you really understand it. The PhD it's a weird adventure, but it was not necessarily my passion. While I was at Cornell, that's when I got into windsurfing. And I had always dreamed of, flying without an engine. Once you start to windsurf and you start to plane on a windsurfing board, it's like flying just above the surface of the water. So I left Toronto and I basically had all my belongings in my small Honda Civic at the time, and I decided, well, I'm going to go to a competition that's just like the San Francisco airport, Candlestick Park. I showed up there and I tried and I finished third. I got sponsored for a year. I was traveling the U.S. Racing, from Texas, in California, Oregon. My mother wasn't particularly proud of me, and I felt the weight of the world. That I knew. I mean, it was clear it was not like what you're supposed to do, right? And she was always worried that I'm destroying my life or whatever, destroying my career. But really, I think this was the best time I've ever had. I'll never regret this. After my windsurfing excursion, I got at Drake University. There was somebody there who was working in the stat department there, was telling me about SAS, and eventually I was invited to give a presentation there that was not formally a job interview, but quickly became one, and I was hired. I had been practicing my sprinting for years and years and years, and I started doing the hurdles at the Quebec Games, which is like the Olympics of the province, if you will. I won the 100 meter hurdles with 13.8, as I predicted, which was a new Quebec record. I won the 300 meter hurdles, and I also won the 4x400 meters with a new Quebec record. I ran a Canadian record in the 50 meter hurdles, and in the final, I beat the Canadian record again and I won. When I was 17, I had a car accident. I was driving. My father was in the passenger seat. My sister was in the back, and my father died on the spot. My sister essentially was dead on the spot, but she was resurrected. And then I had a broken jaw and concussion. My sister stayed in coma for 3 months, I believe it was, from July to October. And she was never herself after. She was never really independent after. The way I looked at it then, I was like, okay, I've destroyed the lives of my father, of my sister, of my mother, who now doesn't have a husband, of my other sisters who now don't have a father anymore. So I figured, I'm alive. Let me make the most of it I can with this life. You just live. You live your life. That's all that's left to do, right?